sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We'll talk Tribe and Major League Baseball. We'll talk college football, Ohio State, and all college football. We'll talk about the Browns-Jets game and all the NFL games coming up this week. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. What MLB player retired with the same number of home runs as his father? I will have the answer later in the broadcast. After a well-deserved day off, the Tribe is taking on the Chicago White Sox tonight at Progressive Field, and the Tribe is beating the Chicago White Sox 5-3 at the end of the seventh. Corey Kluber was the starting pitcher on the mound for the good guys tonight, with a record of 18-7, and Kluber is going for his 19th win of the season. Carlos Rodham was the starter starting pitcher on the mound for the White Sox with a record of 6-5. First pitch was at 7:10, and they're still playing right now, and they're up 5-3 at the end of the seventh. Tribe starting pitcher Trevor Bauer has not pitched since August 11th because of his stress-related fracture in his injury in his right fibula. But Bauer has come out of the bullpen and pitched in certain innings, and he has done very well. Bauer has a 2.22 ERA /198 ERA plus, and 214 strikeouts in 166 innings. Now the question is, will Bauer be healthy and ready to go to go in time for the postseason? And if so, what role will he fill? Well, I feel that Bauer will be good to go for the postseason because we are going to need him. Indians president Chris Antonetti just told ESPN Radio today that Bauer pitching out of the bullpen is something that they have talked about. And now Bauer has made 9 relief appearances across parts of 7 big major league seasons. That includes 2017 last year. And I feel Bauer coming out of the bullpen and doing relief pitching might not be a bad idea, because Bauer has done quite well when it comes to secondary pitching, and that is very true. I will keep you posted on what Bauer's role will be in the postseason, so stay tuned for that. Well, after a 42-28 win over TCU last week, the 3-0 Buckeyes will attempt to go 4-0. The Buckeyes will take on Tulane at Ohio Stadium in Columbus. But the Buckeye junior defensive end Nick Bosa, the Buckeyes will be without junior defensive end Nick Bosa this week against Tulane this week. Buckeyes head coach Urban Meyer said he will not play this week because he is receiving further tests on an abdominal and groin issue. And Urban Meyer talked to the media for the first time yesterday ahead of his return from a 3-game suspension for mishandling domestic violence allegations against former assistant coach Zach Smith, and then later in the day spent nearly an hour his first media availability since the ban answering questions. In his statement, Meyer owned up to his mistakes and said he is working to make sure I do a better job as a leader going forward, while also addressing the elephant room. And Urban Meyer really made a really big statement as ESPN interviewed him on Sunday, a day early, before he made that big statement. But he really has owned up to his mistakes, and his heart goes out to Courtney Smith, and with respect to Zach Smith, and he really does credit. He did have some great seasons with the Buckeyes, and as an assistant coach. And now that he's been terminated, I know Zach is going to hopefully move on and get help that he needs. Urban Meyer will be back on the sideline when the Buckeyes take on the Tulane Green Wave at Ohio Stadium in Columbus, and kickoff is at 3:30 on Big Ten Network and Big Ten Plus. Now the Browns are getting ready to take on the New York Jets. The New York Jets at home at First Energy Stadium on Thursday night, which is the Thursday night football game. Tyrod Taylor will be the starting quarterback, but I feel they should start They may want to start quarterback Baker Mayfield. I feel Tyrod Taylor was a little too conservative in Sunday's game against the loss against the Saints, which they led through 3 up into the fourth quarter when they blew it, but came back and tied it up, but they missed 4 field goals and a field goal attempt to win it, and then in the final seconds, as you know, the Saints kicked the field goal and they got the win, as you know. And sources say, though, and I say, that the Browns are going to get their first win of the season on Thursday night. So, and I'm going, and I agree with the sources, I am going 17-16. And I feel, and I say the Browns' winless/losing streak ends this week. Kickoff is at 8:20 on NFL Network on Thursday night. And I will have the pregame show, my Thursday Night Football pregame show, and postgame show immediately following the game. The pregame show before the game, and the postgame show immediately following the game. So tune in for that. And I just feel the Browns need to dominate this game from the get-go, and they need to keep the ball away from Sam Darnold, and they got to keep the pressure on the Jets' offense and defense. The Jets have a great defense. The offense, it's there, but it's fair. But they need to really, their offense needs to step it up, and they really need to keep the pressure on the Jets' offense. And really, they need to find ways to score, run the pocket, have a better running game, and just really keep the ball away from Sam Darnold, and really jump on the New York Jets early. Well, we'll get back to we'll talk about the other NFL early games and late games. But first, here is the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Oh, and I forgot to mention, before I do that, oh yeah, I did say cousin. Okay. Here is the answer to today's, and here is the answer to today's trivia question. What MLB player retired with the same number of home runs as his father? If you said Prince Fielder, you are correct. Prince Fielder ended his career with 319 home runs, the same number as his father, MLB legend Cecil Fielder, who played for many years with the Detroit Tigers. And I have another trivia question on my next broadcast, so stay tuned for that. Now, getting back to talking NFL football, and I'm going to go over all, in the early games, the Bills will take on the Vikings in Minnesota, and I think Minnesota will have the edge in that one because it's in Minnesota. The Giants will take on the Texans in Houston on Sunday, and they will. And with being I think the Giants are going to want to win that one, and I think they, after losing to the Dallas Cowboys last Sunday night, they're going to want to win that one. So, but I think the Texans are favored, and I think they're going to have the edge in this one. The the Green Bay Packers will take on the Washington Redskins in Washington. after ending up in a tie with Minnesota last week. And I think Washington, they're at home, but I think although I feel Washington's going to have the edge, I feel that the Packers could come out and have a good game. And I haven't done my picks yet, but I may go with the Packers on this one as a long shot, but we'll see. The 49ers will take on the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium in KC. And I feel Kansas City has the edge in this one. I feel Kansas City is going to take this one because they're going to come out ready to play. And I feel the Niners it's going to be a hard game for them playing the Kansas City Chiefs because the Chiefs are a tough team and they have had 2 great wins already. So, and the Oakland Raiders will take on the Miami Dolphins in Miami at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And I do feel, after losing to the Denver Broncos, but I do feel the Raiders could come out with, but I feel Dolphins are going to have the edge in this one. I really feel the Dolphins are going to take this one. So we'll see. But I haven't done my picks yet. The Colts will take on the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. And the Eagles are going to be out to win that one. Even though it's in Indianapolis, I think Philadelphia is going to take it because even though it's in Indianapolis and the Colts are favored, I think Philadelphia is going to take that one. They're going to have the edge on that one. They're going to want to win that one after losing last week. But we'll see. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to take yet. The Tennessee Titans will take on the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. And I feel the Jaguars by far are going to take that one. I feel after upsetting the Patriots last week, I feel the Jets are going to take that one. The Jaguars, are going to take that one. The Bengals coming off their win over their 34-23 win over the Baltimore Ravens last Thursday night. Will take on the Carolina Panthers in Carolina. And Carolina's favored. They're 1-1. They just could not come back and beat the Atlanta Falcons, but the Bengals are 2-0 already, and I feel that the Bengals are going to take this one on the road. I feel the Bengals are, even though the Panthers are tough at home. The Denver Broncos will take on the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. And the Broncos are 2-0, and the Ravens are 1-1. But I feel, being in Baltimore, I do feel, with Baltimore having lost and being 1-1, I think Baltimore is going to have the edge in this game, and they're going to take it only because they're playing at home and they're going to want to win at home. The Saints will take on the Atlanta Falcons. I think it's in New Orleans. I believe it's in New Orleans. I do believe. And I feel the Saints are going to they're going to want to win this week. The Saints are 2-0 and the Falcons are 2-0 from the actually 1-1, excuse me. But I think the Saints are going to take this one over Atlanta. I think really the Saints take this one. They got the edge on that one. The Chicago Bears will take on the Arizona Cardinals at Phoenix Stadium in Arizona. We're almost out of time. I'm trying to hurry this up. And I think the Bears are going to the Bears are going to take that one on the road. And I feel that we have a minute left. I feel that the Bears are going to take that one on the road because Arizona struggled the past couple of weeks, and they are 0-2, and I just don't see them being Chicago. I think they're going to take that one on the road. The Dallas Cowboys are going to play the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle, and I feel that the Cowboys are. It's going to be a tough game for the Cowboys in Seattle, but Seattle's going to want to win this one. They're not going to want to go 1-2. I think it's going to be the Seahawks. I'm going to go with them one. And the Sunday night game this coming Sunday, the New England Patriots will play the Detroit Lions at Ford Field in the Lions, but I feel the Patriots are going to, I think, blow out the Lions by far. It's going to be a blowout, that game, because I have to feel the Patriots have the edge in this one. And your Monday night game, next Monday night, and kickoff is 8:20 for the Sunday night game. Your Monday night game, I forgot one late game before we get to that one. The